not like I'm a crazy, more like a setting sun. I just need to see the soul awaken in everyone. There's a hole, I was in it. From the bottom was the beginning. Finally I could see the sun. Suddenly see myself, wings on the wind and free. Beyond the pain I reawake. Suddenly I see the answer hidden between the lines, bound by fate, traveling through time, guiding every move I make, and filling every empty space. It's not like I'm a crazy, I just need to see the soul awaken in everyone. There's a hole, I was in it. From the bottom was the beginning. Finally I could see the sun. In the dark, seen a side of me, wings on the wind and free. Beyond the pain I reawake. Suddenly I seen that I was nothing more than love, bound by fate, an angel from above, drowning in a sea of soul. In every single place I go, I've been away, I've been on top of the stage, I've been the soul that was in pain. It's not like I'm a crazy, more like a setting sun. I just need to see the soul awaken in everyone.
Okay, so this is what's happening with Joel today. We're out here in Colburn, correct?
Colburn.
Yeah, we're, how about we give you the address? Well, actually, first of all, this is my great friend Steve Tedford. I met you at the night kitchen one night when we were both playing there, and we just hit it off. We started talking, and I found out that Steve is a knife maker, and this is today, so we're going to be here with Steve, and I'm going to show you through some of his stuff that he custom makes, and we're going to talk about it. So, nice to see you, Steve. How are you been?
I've been great, thank you.
Yeah, you keeping well through all this COVID stuff?
Yeah, somewhat.
Yeah, I hear that everybody likes to, you were saying to me earlier that everybody's, because they're at home, they're investing in their kitchen knives and a lot of good stuff, so your business has picked up a little bit then from it.
It has. There was a downturn for about 5 weeks while I finished up some orders, and then people started realizing the sky's not falling.
Yeah.
So they started coming in with their dull kitchen knives. And then those people would come in and see the knives I've already got made, and next thing I knew, I was making all kinds of things.
Yeah, yeah. But you make some amazing stuff. Well, as you see on my hip here, we came out here today and we got our kitchen knives sharpened. I'll show you the set that I got made for Anna. But this is also a nice little side knife that I got, and it's beautiful. What is this?
This is zebra wood.
That's a zebra wood.
Mm-hmm.
That's so cool. And as you see, he makes the whole entire case, so it looks like it's pretty much a wooden knife, but it's a beautiful little piece there. So here, we'll walk through a couple things here. Who makes all your leather cases and stuff like that for them?
Jamie Reed.
Yeah?
He's down up the next highway over, so he's only a 5-minute drive from me. He approached me a few years ago, knowing that I made knives, and he's been my leather crafter ever since.
It's some great work. If take a look at this, like the finger marks in it, it's crazy. So that'd
Hot
be
water molded.
Water, but I was about to say that'd be a whole nother episode we can do, is get into how you do that kind of stuff.
Definitely.
So you make all different types of blades. So what's a blade like that called? One that flips, has the...
Well, because of its construction, I like that it's a primitively designed folding knife.
Folding, yeah.
With just, it's a friction folder, so you'll feel the tightness as it opens and closes.
Exactly.
And it's not meant to be opened quickly. It's just meant to be, you know, a good blade at your side and take up a little less space when it's closed up.
That's so beautiful. And how do you get that blue tinge in there? Is that part of your heat treat when you do it?
Well, for a couple of these, I thought they would make nice collector's items. So the blue is from the final heat treatment where I'm tempering some of the hardness out.
Right.
And after about an hour or so, even 2 hours, at 400 degrees, it'll turn gold, and then it will turn blue.
Huh. And then you have really nice, this is kind of like my little side knife here too.
Yeah.
What would you call that knife? Kind of like a boot knife or a...
It's a drop point skinning knife.
Okay, it's a skinning knife.
Yes, this is a Hammond line created by clay being on the back side of the blade.
Yep.
So it didn't get as hot up here, and it did not quench in here. So it stays more of its original hardness.
So that's hard and that's more soft.
Yes, and this is the tectonic type.
That's cool.
Area between that's through the whole blade.
That's beautiful. That's really neat how you can see that. And
like two storm fronts coming together.
Right, totally. So like a lot of people are right into this Forest and Fire show, and that's where we started our conversation. And I know when they do it, when they leave the shaft a little softer, or the spine, it's maybe some chopping action. It's not as brittle, right?
You're gonna get a balance between very hard and toughness on the back.
That's amazing. So a knife like this, did each knife pretty much have its own price because each knife has its own little...
Somewhat, yes.
Yeah.
I like to just work within a certain range, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, so like a knife like that, I'd probably, want a minimum of $300, you know. If it's a neighbor or somebody coming back for a second piece, I'm always flexible with things they want to do.
That's awesome. So I know also there's another one in friction folders. That's so cool. I love it.
This is a lovely knife.
That's a beautiful little. That's a really nice little pocket knife. That's
yeah,
so cool.
This is. I'm trying to downsize a little bit here.
Yeah, because
and get more something people are actually used to using.
Yeah, totally. And that it's like I said again, it's hands down with these cases. They're so beautiful.
Yeah, they're nice.
They're so beautiful. That's so neat, and just go right on your belt like that.
And I've worn this one. And the design on the belt, which I'm experimenting.
Yeah, I like that design. That's neat.
Yeah, and I'm experimenting with some designs.
That's very neat. I really like that.
And the two slots really hold the knife in.
Totally. That's cool. Well, let's walk across here. I want to show everybody this beautiful set that I got made for my wife, Anna. You want to walk us through it? We got a nice big bread knife here.
Yeah, like I really enjoy this set too. I remember making them as soon as I seen them.
We got them about a year and a half ago, and they're hands down, like I've never used a knife like it.
They're 440C stainless steel, all of them, which is a real Cadillac of steels. The high carbon steel, people are not in love with it because it's so highly corrosive. Mm-hmm. I mean, they do hold nice edges, so this is a nice balance of the two steels where you want the more cleanliness of the 440C stainless.
Mm-hmm. And I requested this stand myself, and he said, I don't want to make the stand because you have kids, because as you see, these knives are honestly the sharpest knives you can have, and he guarantees them for life. You bring them back, he'll sharpen them anytime you want for no charge. But like you said, he didn't want me to have this because of how they're sticking out. But like I said, I like what I want, and I made him make it for me. Cause but as you see, they are out and exposed. So we'll show you later. He's got a few other block kitchen knives, and I'll show you this amazing chef's roll that he's making right now. It's hands down the coolest thing I've seen lately. So this is an amazing chef's kit that he's gonna make right now, and it all folds up into a beautiful leather bound kit. I know if I was a chef, this is something I would have to have, because that's style, and that's skill, and that's flavor. Can you imagine being a chef, and that's your tools right there? That's cool. Let's open it up again. And of course, right now he's working on these kits. He'll have 8 of them available. And he said it'll be just under the $2,000 range, and it's all custom knives, all sharpened for life. And these are just a couple of the things. And he'll have steak knives along it too. Pretty awesome. Let's walk across again here to a couple of these things. So your friend is making the leather. Is he the one who's making all these awesome?
He did, yes. I believe this is like free-handed, so he's got a real artistic flair to his tooling. It's not like this is a big stamp that, you know, a lot of things are done with rolls and presses. And, but you know, that's all hand done.
That's amazing.
It's nice, obviously.
That's so cool. So there was the kind of like, this could sit on your
that was the idea. I wanted to
I like it.
This is really old. I pulled this out of the knife graveyard where I put pieces that I don't know if I want to sell or not.
It's cool.
But, you know, when I checked it out after a few years of it being in there, I pulled it out and I'm like, that's a pretty decent knife.
So, like I was saying again, you have a set of 4 knives going on here.
Yeah.
You do it for a lot of people, like bachelor part or not bachelor, but wedding, like groomsmen and stuff. You want a set of 4 knives for your guys. This is your guy to do it. It's not gonna be cheap, but anything real and anything worth it is real and worth it, right? So there's a set of 4. I just looked at these things and man,
aren't they sweet?
These things are so nice.
And they're all unique.
What do you got? Bone here? Is it?
This is moose horn.
Moose horn. And every single one is the same, but a little bit unique.
It's the same style and it's the same length, but each one is completely unique.
It's awesome.
Kind of like groomsmen, right?
That's right, exactly. So say if you wanted, you could do different, like a different handle for each groomman if you wanted to make it a little more unique, right?
Yeah.
That's really neat. So talking about handles, so this one's horn, and I couldn't help but bring this stuff out. I was in the back while Steve was working on my knives and sharpening them, and I found this wood here, and I want you to go through this with me because it's so neat, because it's got All right, so here's a little tidbit of what's happening with Joel. I'm down here with my beautiful wife, Anna, and we went through Tweed, and then we went through a Tinolite, and then we hit 7, and then right across the road on 7, there's a little rest area that has pick tables, and it comes to a little creek right here. And we are told, if you follow the golden path, the golden rainbow, or whatever you want it, actually, it's the creek. If you follow the creek all the way to the top, we're told there's a waterfall there. So we're gonna go up and check out this little waterfall and see what it's like. Hopefully it's cool. So let's do it. See ya. Alright, so we're at the end of the creek, end of the row. And there's a portage spot here if you want to take your canoe kayak all the way up. Use your own risk. It is rocky, but it is awesome. Well, here it is. We found it, and it is beautiful. Oh my God. Grab yourself a kayak or a canoe and come find this waterfall. I'll take you up there. Let's go. Alright, so what do you think, girl?
Beautiful.
Awesome.
It's gorgeous.
Do you suggest people grab a canoe or a kayak and see what they
Absolutely,
can find?
100%.
Get
It's
out.
way more than what I expected.
Get out in your own backyard, right?
Absolutely.
Cool.
Gorgeous.
I give it 10 out of 10.
Me too.
Alright. Well, that's our little kayak adventure. That's what's happening. See you guys. Using green and making amazing colors in it. So you can obviously cut these down for your handles, correct?
Yes.
That's what you're using it for?
So this is made by Muskoka Turnings from Muskoka region in Ontario here. And I seen him on a knife making group which does handle materials. And I seen some of his stuff. I'd asked other people and I've gotten some pretty skyrocket prices from certain people and not a lot of flexibility on what they'll do for me.
Mm-hmm.
So I asked him if he could do certain things for me, and I said, and he was very nice to me, and I said, you just do whatever you want to do, try to stay within these measurements so I can use a very long piece and get as much out of this as possible.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, no problem. And, you know, I paid half as much as I would for less quality stuff.
You went right to the supplier kind of thing.
Right from a guy like me.
Yeah, so that's amazing. So why don't you were kind of telling us before, so I would love for you to tell us again. So we can
What
explain
is
this.
going on here?
What is going on here? So I
Okay,
take a
so-
piece of just normal, like, maple and...
This, like, first of all, he would pick a really choice piece of maple.
Which has great lines.
Exactly, like, you can see the quilting here. It's not real prevalent on this one so much, but it's really prevalent here.
Yeah.
When this is, I'm going to do a little experiment. And you can see how it's...
Look at the shine in it, eh?
And you can imagine once I go through the polishing process.
Yeah.
And I can use the same polishing equipment as my knife blades.
Huh.
Because it's just that hard. There's no...
It's
a solid-
seriously hard. Like
it's
you can't
solid.
stick your fingernail into it. It's crazy.
Exactly.
So how did they get it to this color and to this density then? What do they do?
So the piece of wood is cut, the choice piece of wood, and this is a great piece too as an example. I asked him to just make one totally natural for me.
Yeah. Like this right here. Like I love. Like
Exactly.
I love that. knife.
Exactly.
It's
Now,
so beautiful.
And it's even in the same tone.
Totally.
Right? So people really love this tone of wood, and I do as well. And there's no denying it's wood. There's no dyes. It's just super.
Yeah, because
hard.
you can almost think that could be plastic.
You could think that. Once you see the quilting though, you're just going to be mesmerized.
Yeah, hands down, you know it's wood. You can look the grain in it.
Right. It'll be mesmerizing though when this is done. So
Yeah.
the two different dyes. There's a blue and a green in this one.
Yeah.
And this solid blue is just.
That's so cool.
I mean, a knife made out of this in another setting. Like, I'm not a big money guy. I want to make great pieces and get them out there. And
Quality over quantity.
Totally quality over quantity is going to make me lots more knives later in life. My career is built on people coming back and having more made because,
Yeah.
and if it's too expensive, it's not fun anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and I want it to be fun for me too, because I don't want to spend 10 hours on one. I want to make a great knife in 5 hours and move on and have somebody happy. So that's kind of where my career is at. Like, there's got to be a balance between the function and the art of it. I'm not going to go overboard on the artistic side of it, but I will get the best materials in the world.
Yes.
And still go with my relatively primitive design and way I do it.
Yeah, like you do have your styles up here. Like you would like to go to that shape of a blade, like a drop down. Like what do you call this style blade? Sorry.
Well, it's really a swept blade.
Yeah.
So that basically when you're using this on any large game, that it's not poking through into places you don't want it to.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to glide, you want control over the tip, which follows the blade way behind. That's what a falling edge is all about.
Right,
A swept
so
blade.
it's like a swoop with it, right? And I know your fillet blades you can't keep in stock, can you?
No, they're my favorite. They're the backbone of my business and one of my favorite knives to make.
It's like a flesh fillet blade you can bend like this and it comes right back straight, and he can't keep them in stock, so if you need one you got to pretty much commission it from him, which is an amazing thing.
And Christmas is coming.
And
Christmas is coming.
That's right. Well, talking about Christmas is coming. No, actually, I don't think we finished with this. How do they pull this color into this?
Okay, so first is picked out the piece of wood. Now, obviously, if he's going to go through a long process and put time and money into a piece of wood, you're going to pick your most, out of a big long board, you might get only 3 of these that look this nice prior to having this process done. Pick a choice piece of wood. I like that he was using Canadian woods. This is the only way I can use them, because real soft woods are just not for me to use. I would rather go with something from the equator that's more water resistant and built for monsoons and dry periods and the whole bit.
And what type of wood would that be usually?
Like the rosewoods,
Yeah.
the ebonies.
Yeah.
There's a whole myriad of woods after that that become more rare and more expensive and possibly illegally harvested.
That's
as
right.
well.
Exactly. That's why I know of it too. Is like a lot of those hand drums, they go and illegally harvest the wood.
Yes, and which you don't want to support that.
No, you don't.
So this is something I really like, because this is Canadian hardwood, and then you just add some ingenuity to make it even better than an Ecuadorian wood.
So what do they do to it? How do they make it that
So-
purple? How do they pull that purple all the way through this? How is that purple in the center of this?
In the
piece of wood?
center of the wood, in the cells
Like
of
how?
the wood. So wood is like 30% air, right? And although it's got some weight, it's pretty dense, it's still 30% air. So this process of putting it in a vacuum chamber, so it goes into a vacuum chamber. I'm going to pour a resin, I'm going to over top of the depth of it, so submerged in a chamber with the resins. These resins are liquid at first, but can be baked later to harden them.
And the resin in itself has the color in it?
The resin, you can dye the resin that you're going to suck into the wood. So, and that's something, I've never done the process myself, but I actually have, but I didn't get results like this.
Yeah, you know of it. That's
Exactly. I knew I wanted to use the material, but I wasn't successful in building it myself on an economic way.
so. What they do is they put it in the vacuum chamber, they pour the resin on it, and then they obviously seal it, and it gets baked.
No, then
Cold?
you pull a vacuum in that chamber that this is in, and you will see that 30% of the air come out,
Frothing almost.
frothing out of the wood, and the resin that it is submerged into will fill those voids. So you might leave it in there for 24 or even 48 hours just to make sure it fully penetrates, and it's under vacuum, it's pulling out air, it'll happen all night long. And then when you see there's no frothing anymore and there's no bubbles coming out of it at all, you know it's done. You pull it out, and I believe that they wrap it in tin foil and then bake it in that tin foil wrapping just in an oven. And it hardens the resin, and then you've got this 100% mass.
That's
you know what I mean?
awesome.
There's no voids in this.
That is awesome. It is. You can totally feel the heaviness of it, and I literally you cannot put your fingernail into the side of that piece of wood.
It's wood turned into a bowling ball.
Yeah, And look at the colors, eh? So they obviously poured just a couple different colors maybe in it, and they want. You can still see the wood pulling out of it.
If you could imagine swirling the resin first with the different colors, and then letting it suck in.
Yeah, this one's the really, really interesting one. That's so cool. Very neat. Well, where can people find your information? Like, how can people come and view some of your knives and all that good stuff, Steve? I'll put it up on the bottom of our thing, like I always do with all my stuff. But where can we find you? You have a Facebook page?
I have a very active Facebook page. Please don't be a right-wing lunatic and post anything that I find offensive, because you'll hear from me.
Yeah.
But
so you had a Facebook page, and then when you're driving down the 401, you're gonna see Steve Tedford knives on
between Brighton and Colburn. Either way you're going, you're gonna see my knives up there.
That's cool. And your address is
14238 Telephone Road, Colburn.
Right on. And do you want to throw your cell phone number up there too?
Yeah, sure. 613-689-7569. I prefer texts, please.
Yes.
Phone calls are fine. I'll gladly talk to you, but I miss a lot of them.
Yeah, like I said, we are here in Steve's house today, so I just see his business is here at his home. His shop is here at his home. He's a local guy doing a local thing, making amazing knives. So if you are into supporting that kind of stuff and you're looking for a knife and you want a beautiful piece of art, come talk to Steve. All right, thanks, Steve.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it too.
Okay, how you doing? This is what's happening with Joel. We're down here at the Belleville Market again today, and I came upon these mats that I needed to get because it's going to be winter time soon, and my floors in the basement are freezing where my bed is. So I'm buying myself and Anna some mats today, and today we're here with, go ahead and introduce yourself.
My name is Inga.
Your name is Inga, and how long have you been doing this kind of stuff?
I've been doing this, I've been here at the market for 10 years.
That's awesome. It's beautiful. So you hand crochet all these all these mats, and it's pretty much made out of, sorry, what was the material again?
Macrame cord.
Macrame cord, and people used to make lawn chairs and all that stuff out of it.
Yeah.
So it's great because it will obviously keep your feet warm and all that good stuff. So where can they find you? Right down here at the market?
At the market on Saturday.
Sounds good. And as you see, the large mats are 30, medium mats are 20, and small ones are 15. And come in various of different colors and patterns. So check it out next time you're in the Belleville Market. Thanks, Inga.
Okay, thank you.
I never meant to cause you pain. I only wanted to see you again. Your bright eyes and your high mind. I see you in an eternal light. You make me face my deepest fear. Am I authentically presently here? Feeling one thing and doing another. Who I really want under the covers. Feels like you're looking straight through me. Fulfilling your womanly duty. To find out if I'm the real thing. Before I give you my diamond ring. There's another song to sing. I don't want to see the sun go down. When we met, when we performed in town, I knew that the day was finally mine. All my worries were left behind. I drove home on cloud nine, so excited, nearly lost my mind, and drove off the road and into the sea. Finally found you looking for me. It has taken a lifetime of this to get a chance to swing and miss. Pick up my glove and walk home in the rain. Tell myself it's just a part of the game. To be unlucky, to find a way to someone, somewhere where my heart is safe. Is that too much to take? Just a little time to myself, to think it over.
break. I'm down at yoga at 116 with my good friend Brittany McCarricker.
Hey.
How are you, Brittany?
I'm good. How are you?
Really good. So I see that your yoga studio is now open.
We are finally open after a long, long wait of quarantine and everything. We're finally open. We opened last week was our first class, so we're rolling finally.
That's awesome. So you have many different types of classes. You have like beginner classes I'm seeing.
Yeah, we got a beginner thing going on right now. It's a 4-week series. We'll be running that again in November. We have a gentle yoga. We have more of like a workout yoga if you're into that. And next month we're going to be running a restorative session, which is super, super nice.
What's a restorative session?
It is basically you build like little towers of comfort with pillows and certain things, and you just drape yourself over them for an hour in different positions.
Oh my.
It's pretty dope.
I think I need to come stretch myself.
Everybody needs it.
So it's cool because like, yes, everybody can do yoga at home, but for some reason, like even me with working out, me and my family have started this, we're doing 30 for 30. So we're doing 30 push-ups, 30 sit-ups, 30 burpees,
Wow.
30 seconds of planking, and a couple other things for 30 days. And it's hard to keep yourself motivated because we all have that inner whiner that doesn't want to do it, right?
Yeah.
But when you're in a class, it helps to motivate. And you can push a little harder, you can do a little bit more.
Yeah, even me as a yoga teacher, you know, doing yoga for a living, I find it hard to make time for my own home practice, so I get it.
So, yoga, how did you get into yoga yourself?
Oh my gosh, it's a super long story. It's probably about 10 years ago. I just went to a class in Kingston where I lived, and it was kind of like an instant hook thing, and it was maybe 4 years later that I went on my first teacher training.
So yes, I want to just touch on that a little bit. You did some teacher training, so you traveled across to India, didn't you first?
Yeah, I did my first training in India, in Rishikesh, which is kind of the self-proclaimed birthplace of yoga. And I did my second teacher training in Mexico, in Baja on the beach. I lived in a tent for a month.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Well, that's amazing. If you're interested in any of this stuff, where can we find you?
Facebook, Yoga at 116 on Facebook. You can also probably find it through Bistro 116 page or Soul Solutions. We do a lot of sharing all of our schedules on there and our series and everything, basically anything you need. And if you have any questions, you can call us here at the Bistro or you can email us at yoga116@nbspa.ca.
Okay, perfect. And like I always do, I'll put all this stuff up on the bottom. And like I said, I just want to take a quick local business break and touch in because we're so proud of you and what you're doing. And thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
All right, perfect. That's what's happening, Joel, today. See you guys later. Good, man. Well, I love to just run through people's stuff and just also find out what their instruments. And you have an amazing Gibson standing here in your arms. What do you got there?
This is a Gibson Super Jumbo 100 as opposed to the 200 that Elvis Presley got famous with. So instead of the big square pearl inlays and ornate pick guard, it's more stripped down, still with the exact same sound as the SJ200, which stands for it was $200 in 1940, and this one was $100 in 1940.
That's cool.
So I researched this guitar for approximately 2 months at the start of the pandemic, and made a choice on this guitar and found the only one I could find in Canada at the time. And it has transformed my mediocre guitar playing into a little better than mediocre.
That's good. A little bit of soul.
I'm happy as long as I'm progressing forward.
That's good. So are you using condenser mic in the front there, Steve? Is that what's up?
This is an Australian microphone made by Rode, and it's a very sensitive condenser mic, well known in the industry for the band Nickelback, who uses this microphone exclusively. He says that Chad Kroger, I believe his name is, he really likes the rich tone captured in the microphone, and I totally hear that as well.
I do too.
I hear that, I call it the chainsaw sound, where it's like a really high running chainsaw that kilohertz sound.
Yeah, man.
I don't know, it's hard to describe the sound.
So say it again. What is it again? What kind of
Rode, R-O-D-E.
Beautiful.
Condenser mic. This is the NT1000 and I have the NT2000.
Cool.
And that's the more sophisticated microphone with the gains and the proximity dials right on the microphone, which is really interesting and makes it for a great performance microphone. So I can balance the really high volume capture right on the microphone itself. This one's really hot on stage and is hard to dial back.
Yeah, that one you at least dial back with the sound in the room, right?
Exactly. So that's my better performance mic. But in here, this one's rarely been used, so I'm using it for a little while. Everything going down to this has been a real find for me. To buy one of these, a modern version is about $5,000. This is a German powered microphone or powered mixer board with 10 channels, 500 watts a side to 350 watt.
So it powers. It's like it sends power out. Then
it's powered.
It's powered. That's
lots
sweet.
of power. So it's really meant for like a medium-sized venue, which would be quite a few people really. With just those two speakers, you can the power that comes out really shocked me.
Yeah, and you're just using a couple Yamaha 12 inches.
Yeah, with the big horns on top.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And
really cool.
Yeah.
Well, I really appreciate you running over all your gear with you, and those songs really hit me right in my soul. And your knives are hands down nothing like it around. And I just want to thanks for having us into your home today, Steve.
You're very welcome. It's my honor.
Cool. Thanks. We'll talk soon.
Baby, I'm waiting for somebody new to walk in the door and take place of you. But nothing is working and I'm all alone. I miss you like crazy and that is all that I know. I know you don't love me, or maybe you do. Is this what my life has come down to? Impatiently waiting for someone to see. No one could love you as much as me. It's a shame you don't want me the way that I want you. To lay down beside you would be all I could do. Nervous as a boy, trying to tie his shoe. I am happy and in pain, and it's starting to show. It's not going good. I might have to go, but I'm not done yet. I got one song left, so lend me your ear and I'll give you my best. You are the best thing ever happened to me. I looked in your eyes and got down on my knees. I said, God, please help me. Something is wrong. Without her heart, I cannot carry on. It's a shame you don't want me the way that I want you. To lay down beside you would be all I could do. Nervous as a boy, trying to tie his shoe. I am happy and in pain, and it's starting to show. It's not going good. I might have to go, but I'm not done yet. I got one
episode 4 of What's Happening with Joel. I'm enjoying myself, meeting some amazing people. I keep saying it every time, but it's true. So, you know, I want to thank Steve Tedford. Awesome songs, awesome music, and awesome knives. You know, when you have proper tools for a job, it makes the job easier, it makes the job funner. So, you know, I really enjoy cooking with my new knives and all that good stuff. They're not new knives, they're knives we've had, but we got them sharpened. And I'll tell you right now, these things are sharp because you can touch them and they might cut you. But that's all right, you gotta be careful. I want to thank Brittany at Yoga 116. It's amazing that this is going up there. You're doing awesome, Brittany. Keep it up. Go check it out. Go stretch it out. You know, check it out, stretch it out. Do what you gotta do. That'd be down at 116 Yoga. And I want to thank Inga for the floor mats because they're awesome. I might have to head back down because my dogs had took over them. They seem to like them more than we do, but that's okay because that's a family thing, right? That's right. Well, again, there it is, episode 4, What's Happening with Joel. Episode 5 is gonna be fun. I got Washboard Hank and Rev Ken coming up. They're what folk music is about, so come check that one out. And subscribe to my channel, Hall View Presents. Shop local. Check out some cool shit around you. We went kayaking. Hope you enjoyed that. Go check out your local backyard. And that's what's happening. So check you next time, guys. Peace.